The Chiss are a striking humanoid species with blue skin and glowing red eyes, hailing from Shilla in the unknown regions. This frozen, remote planet suited their isolationist ways, far beyond the reach of both Republic and Empire. The Chiss actually descended from humans who ventured deep into space, eventually evolving into their distinct form after generations of survival in harsh conditions. Their society is built on a strict hierarchy ruled by the Chiss ascendancy, made up of 4 ruling families. These families aren't bloodlines but social houses that determine an individual's place in society. While Chiss are assigned to a house at birth, they can still rise or shift roles based on merit. The Chiss deliberately conceal their borders, military strength, and political structure from outsiders, allowing only fragments of information to leak into the wider galaxy. Foreign contact is rare and tightly controlled, and most galactic powers barely understand where Chiss space even begins. They speak their own tongue, Chun, which most outsiders struggle to pronounce or understand. The most legendary Chiss is none other than Grand Admiral Thrawn, born Mithrao Naruodo. A brilliant strategist, he quickly ascended through Chiss ranks before leaving to serve the Empire, believing it necessary to unite the galaxy against larger threats like the Yuuzhan Vong. Whether exiled by Ezra Bridger in canon or scouting the unknown regions in legends, Thrawn always returned as a cunning tactician seeking to restore Imperial power. For years, many assumed all Chiss were as calculating as Thrawn, but the truth is, he was exceptional, even among his own people. The humanoid Zabraks are instantly recognizable by their horns and tattooed faces. Their homeworld is Iridonia, a harsh and unforgiving planet. Though some colonies also formed on places like Dathomir, life on Iridonia is brutal, filled with deserts and deadly predators like the Anubas, which shaped the Zabraks into hardy survivors. Their resilience is legendary. They possess a natural resistance to pain and even a second heart, giving them stamina beyond that of most species. Zabraks rarely share cultural knowledge with outsiders, viewing vulnerability as weakness. Their clans operate independently, and traditions are passed down orally, making accurate records scarce. Outsiders often mistake their silence for aggression, when in reality, it's deliberate restraint. Culturally, Zabraks value independence, honor, and personal strength. Zabraks also practice secrecy on a personal level. They rarely speak about family ties, clan structure, or emotional bonds, believing such knowledge can be used against them. This cultural restraint makes them difficult to profile or manipulate, and it's one reason the galaxy consistently underestimates how organized and disciplined Zabrak communities truly are. They refuse to be subjugated, making them fierce warriors and often mercenaries, bodyguards, or Jedi. Notable Jedi include Eth Koth and Aegon Collar, but the most infamous Zabraks are Darth Maul and his brother Savage Opress, Dathomiri born and bred as warriors by the Night Sisters. Interestingly, Zabrak tattoos aren't natural, they're self-applied throughout life, each marking reflecting their journey. Their horn patterns, however, are unique to each individual, like human fingerprints. If Star Wars wanted guaranteed merchandise sales, they hit gold with Ewoks. These teddy bear-like creatures from the forest moon of Endor look like stuffed animals come to life, barely a meter tall with round faces and big eyes. But beneath the cuteness, Ewoks are crafty troublemakers who famously helped topple the Empire at the Battle of Endor. Ewoks remain largely unknown to the galaxy because they never left Endor and actively resisted outside influence. Their lack of technology wasn't ignorance, it was intentional isolation. Cut off from galactic records, few Imperial or Republic databases even documented their species properly. They live primitively in treetop villages, wielding stone and wood weapons. They didn't even recognize C-3PO as a droid, yet they were clever enough to engineer massive traps using logs and nets. Their agility, ambush tactics, and deep knowledge of the forest made them deadly opponents for Imperial troops. Ewok culture is tribal, centered around spiritual beliefs in nature spirits and ancestors. They celebrate victories with chanting, drumming, and dancing. And yes, they eat people. To them, outsiders are just another food source in the forest. The most famous Ewok is Wicket W. Warwick, who first met Princess Leia. Fun fact, George Lucas originally intended to use Wookiees instead of Ewoks, which is why Ewok sounds like a shortened inversion of Wookiee. Spotting a Duros is easy. Their large, volleyball-shaped heads, red eyes, and long noseless faces stand out anywhere. Their turquoise or bluish-green skin only adds to their unique appearance. Native to Duro, a core world now poisoned by pollution, Duros abandoned their homeworld long ago. Because of this mass exodus, Duros culture fragmented, with knowledge spread thin across star systems. Much of their early history was lost, archived, or deliberately erased as they integrated into other societies. They scattered across the galaxy, thriving as pilots thanks to their natural reflexes and superior spatial awareness. Many Duros became renowned for their skills in navigation and starship control. Historically, they were pioneers of hyperspace travel, charting many key lanes that shaped galactic commerce. They share ancestry with the Neimoidians, though the two species diverged long ago. While Neimoidians pursued wealth and trade, Duros built their legacy in exploration and spacefaring. For Duros who didn't pursue piloting, many turned to bounty hunting and instead. One of the most notorious was Cad Bane, widely regarded as the most skilled bounty hunter in the galaxy. His lightning-fast blaster draw made him nearly unbeatable. What's almost comical, though, is how opponents always seemed to freeze when Bane struck his iconic pose, as if waiting for the showdown, rather than just firing first. Toguta hail from the lush, wildlife-rich planet of Cheel. They form close-knit communities that allow them to live in harmony with nature. Their tall, striped bodies and headtails called Lu give them an almost regal appearance. A Toguta's mantral grows with age, while their skin comes in shades of orange, red, and blue, often with white tribal markings. Those headtails aren't just decorative. They help the Toguta sense ultrasonic frequencies, giving them an edge while navigating forests filled with predators and prey alike. Toguta rarely leave their homeworld, and those who do often avoid discussing their customs. Their cooperative society values privacy, believing too much exposure disrupts balance. Outsiders therefore know very little about Toguta rituals or governance. Toguta society is highly cooperative. Because Toguta senses are so advanced, they are cautious about information overload and outside influence. Off-world technology, constant noise, and crowded cities can overwhelm their heightened perception, which is why many Toguta choose isolation. This sensitivity reinforces their secrecy, as prolonged exposure to galactic society can be physically and mentally exhausting for them. They value unity over individualism, believing survival depends on teamwork. Bravery, loyalty, and cooperation are deeply respected, and hunting doubles as both a spiritual practice and social bonding. Their mantrals also give them superior agility, perception, and reflexes, making them skilled hunters and fighters. The most famous Toguta is Ahsoka Tano, a former Jedi Padawan of Anakin Skywalker, renowned for her mystical connection to the Force. Another is Shak Tai, notable for her numerous depictions of death in Star Wars lore, with memorable encounters against Starkiller and General Grievous. Rodians come from the jungle planet Rhodia, a hot, swampy world teeming with greenery. Their green skin, long tapered snouts, large multifaceted eyes, and suction-tipped fingers give them a distinct insectoid reptilian look. Bony skull ridges and pointed ears enhance their unique appearance. While their googly eyes might seem non-threatening, Rhodians are highly aggressive and competitive, excelling in tracking and hunting, skills that made many of them notorious bounty hunters. Rhodians guard their internal politics closely, and off-worlders rarely see anything beyond surface-level stereotypes. Their planet's clans constantly compete, keeping outsiders confused and misinformed. Rhodia has a strong theatrical tradition, letting Rhodians display dramatic flair in addition to their hunting prowess. Some stayed true to the hunt, becoming feared mercenaries, while others channeled creativity into theater. The most famous Rhodian is Greedo, remembered for attempting to collect a debt from Han Solo in a Mos Eisley cantina. Rhodians are also known for a pungent smell, often compared to burnt ozone, and their language, Rod, which sounds like gargling, but is surprisingly understandable to most species. Rarely seen in the galaxy, Yoda's species remains largely mysterious. Small in stature, rarely taller than a human knee, they possess extraordinary force potential, often surpassing most force-sensitive beings. Entire archives within the Jedi Order contain deliberate gaps where information about their species should be, suggesting intentional secrecy. Yoda, for instance, had one of the highest midi-chlorian counts in galactic history, second only to Anakin Skywalker. Their longevity is unmatched, living over 900 years, and they age differently, with 50-year-olds still resembling toddlers. Just look at Grogu. Other known members include Yaddle, the only female ever shown, Master Vandar of the Old Republic, and Grogu, whose presence made The Mandalorian a standout series. The location of their homeworld remains hidden, possibly protected by the Force itself to prevent exploitation by the Sith or other malevolent beings. What makes the secrecy surrounding Yoda's species even stranger is that neither the Jedi nor the Sith ever seemed capable of tracking them down. Even at the height of Sith power, no invasion, experimentation, or exploitation ever occurred. This suggests their species may possess Force-based concealment abilities, allowing entire populations to remain hidden across generations. Even their species' name has never been revealed, making them one of Star Wars' deepest mysteries. Kaminoans are tall, slender aliens from the rainy, ocean-covered world of Kamino. Pale grayish skin, long necks, and smooth features give them a distinctly alien appearance. Kamino's constant storms and cloaking fields kept the planet hidden from galactic maps for centuries. Their expertise in genetic science and cloning is unparalleled, but they actively erased their presence from most star charts. Kamino remained largely unknown until the Sith Lords Darth Plagueis and Darth Sidious secretly enlisted their skills to produce a massive clone army. Kaminoans engineered clones from Jango Fett, rapidly maturing them into battle-ready soldiers. These clones followed orders without question, including during Order 66, reflecting the Kaminoans' perfectionist, emotionless approach to life and work. Their society prizes precision and perfection, often terminating individuals seen as defective. Despite their cold demeanor, Kaminoans remain calm and polite, even in crises. Notable Kaminoans include Lama Su, Kamino's prime minister, and Nala Se, the chief scientist behind the Jango Fett clones. The Empire's later destruction of Kamino's main cloning facility erased much of their technological achievements, returning the species to secrecy once again. In a galaxy overflowing with trillions of beings, some species chose visibility, while others survived by staying hidden. Whether through isolation, cultural restraint, biological advantages, or deliberate erasure from galactic records, these alien races remain secret not by accident, but by design. And in Star Wars, the less the galaxy knows about you, the more powerful and dangerous you often become. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out more related content shown on screen.